Hello and welcome back to my video series Calling All Grandparents. My name is Vicky and I'd set up this series of videos for all grandmothers, but it's expanded to grandparents and to include grandfathers as well. And it's just because we're alive and kicking on this planet, and it's just to encourage you with a few, I don't know if they're words of wisdom or not, but they're just thoughts that I have that I hope will encourage you. And this one is about time, because I haven't done one of these videos for a while because I just ran out of it, and my phone was also playing up. I thought I was technically minded because I work with computers and stuff most days, but I couldn't figure out my phone. It was getting full and full and fuller of photos and videos of grandchildren, and every time I tried to attempt one of these, it would just crash. It was just too full and it wasn't coping. So I've deleted everything now that I can. I've uploaded it to other devices, and so hopefully I've got space on the phone now to record a full little message for you. It's only going to be about 10 minutes long, but I just want to spend time to encourage you and apologize for not doing one of these over the summer, but hopefully back on track now. So this one back now is about time. And just because I've been so busy recording or not recording and attempting to record, and I always seem to be juggling a lot of things. I'm still working, and the older I get, the quicker time flies. And it's true, time over the last 18 months has been filled with work, grandchildren here, and it's not just having the grandchildren here, it's the preparation, it's the laundry, it's the washing up. I've got out of habit of it since my sons left home, but I have them quite a lot, so there's a lot of extra laundry and food buying that I haven't been used to for a while, but it's lovely. I wouldn't change it for the world. It's a grandmother's greatest joy to have the grandchildren here and prepare for them and make the beds for them and get all ready, and just enjoy time with them. But I do have a lot of young grandchildren and I get exhausted. It's a bit like a tornado passing through when they're here, and it's a lot of fun, but I'm finding my spare time gets shorter and shorter and shorter. But that's also the case with the devil, because he tries to absorb all your time away from what is a priority, what should be a priority in my life. And it's time spent with God. The devil tries to distract you from spending time with God, because there'll be all sorts of things that get in the way. Other distractions, news, just everything is there to absorb your time away from what is most important. And the older I get, this dwindling resource of time becomes more and more precious. I have less and less and less of it the older I get. It's a dwindling resource for everyone. So every day that passes, this precious resource of time dwindles by 24 hours. And each day, therefore, becomes more and more precious, more and more valuable. And to each one of us, no matter how old we are, each day becomes more and more valuable because we have less of them left. Do we put an increased value on each day that we have? We should. So I want to read you an article now that really made me stop in my tracks. It's written by an 8-year-old, apparently. I picked it up from somebody's Facebook page. I don't know who it was because it was a while ago that I printed it off. And here it is. It's from the Silver Surfers website. I'm a silver surfer. So I picked it up from there, and I hope that it encourages you. It's from I believe an American 8-year-old. And I'm just going to look down and read out this bit of paper. It's only short, but it says, and it made me laugh the first time. I've read it a few times and it makes me smile. A grandmother is a lady who has no children of her own, so she likes other people's little girls. A grandfather is a man grandmother. He goes walks with the boys and they talk about fishing, tractors, and like that. Grandmothers don't have anything to do except be there. They are old, so they shouldn't play hard or run. Well, I don't do that anyway. It is enough if they drive us to the shops where the pretend horse is and have lots of 5 cents ready. I imagine that's one of those mechanics. Anyway, you know. They are often fat, but not too fat to tie kids' shoes. They wear funny glasses and funny underwear, and they can take their teeth and gums off. Everyone should try to have one, because grandmothers are the only grown-ups who have got time. Hey, now that made me think hard. I love giving time to my grandchildren. But these smallest people in our lives give our time great value, it seems. Do we? Now, I know that I treasure my time spent with my grandchildren and my adult children too, but they're working now and they're kind of off my hands, really. But they have less time to spend too. You know, they're young working men. So any of that limited spare time that we have gets filled up very quickly on just the minutiae of the day. Some important things, some just tiny things that don't matter, but all our time seems to get absorbed by other things. And we spend our time chasing our tail, trying to catch up on what we left undone the day before or the week before. So I don't want to live my life saying, I can't wait until I retire so that I'll have time for this or that. You know, time to read a book for one thing, that would be nice. But if I wait till then, I've already wasted some of this precious time I have left on earth. All time is pure gold. And time spent in the presence of God is never wasted. It is valuable and precious, and I find it an essential part of my day, and it makes my day more healthy. It makes me more healthy and prepared for life, what life is throwing at me. So it brings a bit of peace in a world of chaos. And on my other messages, I've talked about chaos and seed time and harvest. So I seem to be focused on time. But, you know, if I miss regular reading God's word, then my day seems to go off kilter a bit and I end up chasing my tail. Well, I end up chasing my tail quite a lot, so I must have got my priorities wrong. After all, time spent with God and with grandchildren is precious and it's never wasted. And I also know that grandchildren value the time that they spend with us, parents or grandparents or their special friends. And as I read that article, it really brought it home to me. In the Bible, there's a passage in Ecclesiastes 3 about time. And I'll read it out to you. So I'll look down again and I'll read this out to you. And it says in Ecclesiastes 3 that to everything there is a season, a time for every purpose under heaven, a time to be born, a time to die, a time to plant and a time to pluck what is planted, a time to kill and a time to heal, a time to break down and a time to build up, a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance, a time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones, a time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing. Well, we had that these last couple of years with COVID, didn't we? A time to gain and a time to lose, a time to keep and a time to throw away, a time to tear and a time to sow, a time to keep silence, a time to speak, a time to love and a time to hate, a time of war and a time of peace. But in just a few verses after that, it says in Ecclesiastes 3, verse 11, it says, He, that's God, God has made everything beautiful in its time. Also, He has put eternity in their hearts, except that no one can find out the work that God does from beginning to end. So in the background of life, God is doing everything, holding this world together. So my priority must be prioritizing my time on what is most important, on what I should put the greatest value. So time spent with God is never wasted. Time spent with family is so precious. And then work and all the minutiae comes after that. So I'm looking forward to my retirement when I'm supposed to have more spare time available. but I've heard that some people have become even more busy in their retirement. So this message is for me, and it's kind of, I hope that encourages you too, to just place a great value on the time that we have left on this planet. You know, like I said before, it's a dwindling resource that goes by in 24-hour chunks every day. And so what we have left is more and more valuable. So I encourage you today to, like me, try and get our priorities right. Time spent with God, time spent with grandchildren, time spent with our children, time spent with family and friends is so valuable and so precious, and we should try and get that in the right order. This is kind of a message to me. You might have it all sorted, but I know that I waste a lot of time just because I'm spending time on the wrong things or doing things in the wrong order. So I hope this encourages you, and I hope you have a great week spending your time with the most important people in your life and doing the most important things that you enjoy. God bless you, and I'll leave you with the blessing again. God bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. May the Lord lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace. So goodbye from me, and hopefully it won't be too long before I do another one of these to encourage you some more. God bless you. Bye.